For more analysis, we're joined now by Fatimaa Al-Asrar, who is a Yemen expert and a senior analyst for the Arabia Foundation. Thank you so much for joining us. It's a very confusing situation there in Yemen. Just to help us understand, these southern separatists are not sympathetic to the Houthi rebels at all, are they? They're nothing to do with them. This is a whole different dimension to the Yemeni war. Help us make sense of it.
Yeah, absolutely. This is not just another dimension to Yemen's war. This has been the dimension. It has always been there. It's just been simmering underneath the surface. The South has lost its battle for disunity only 3 years after unification in 1990, under allegations that the north of Yemen did not fulfill the terms of the political settlement of unity. Therefore, they have been waiting for an outlet. They have been consistently trying to organize themselves. Since 1994, there has been systematic repression on the people of Yemen, and as well as exploitation, as the majority of resources has come from the south. So this is really a critical development that we're watching today.
And you mentioned the unification of Yemen only, less than 30 years ago. Do you think it's just a matter of time before the country goes once again in sort of separate ways?
It's a really interesting question. Yemenis have showed incredible resolve in 1990 when they have come together and dissolved their differences. But again, the problem here that we're having is the systematic repression and exploitation, the poor governance that they have experienced for the past 2 decades, and their deteriorating living standards have undermined the terms of this unity. So it's only a matter of time until we really know, sort of like what is next. The government does not deliver to their satisfaction. I think it had a huge opportunity to correct all of the grievances that happen in the South, especially with a president who himself is Southerner, and a prime minister who himself is also Southerner. So under these circumstances, there could have been an opportunity to do better, but they have continued to let people down.
Indeed. And so who can help? How can the international community help Yemen? Because when it comes to brokering peace in the country, it's as we've been discussing, it's an extremely complicated conflict, and there's quite a lot of parties involved, not least Yemen's neighbor, Saudi Arabia.
Right. So the situation in the south of Yemen is really different, where the South holds the Arab coalition in high esteem, especially that they have intervened to liberate it from the Houthi in 2015. One of the things that we have seen is, when the Southern Transitional Council and the Southern forces had issued this ultimatum for Hadi last week to change the cabinet, to change the government, it was really a cry for help to do something and to change the situation for Yemenis. It was not expected that the government would respond with more alarming crackdowns of freedom of expressions and shut them down. Therefore, that's what preempted the clashes. But one thing that they have done in their statement and declaration last week is express their support for the Arab coalition, the support for the mission that's going on in the north, which is to remove the Houthis and restore the legitimate or the internationally recognized government of Hadi up in the north. So they still see the mission as critical, but they disagree with the way that they are being governed at the moment.
Okay, well, we'll continue to keep an eye on developments there in Yemen. Thank you for sharing those insights with us, Fatimaa Al